Hey, what's up, guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Today, in the review spotlight, I'm taking a look at She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. Now, that, my friends, is a bold claim. And just by looking at the figure in its packaging, I don't know, man. I know that the selling pitch for She-Ra is that she's the most powerful woman. But I gotta be honest, I'm having a tough time syncing up that statement with the actual figure that I have here in my hands. Now, I've had this with me for a few months now already, since December actually, and She-Ra was in fact one of the Origins figures that I was really looking forward to, until I actually saw her in the package. Okay, first impressions are that in the package, she kind of looks maybe a bit ridiculous. There's a lot of glittery, shiny bits, especially around that headdress. And maybe having the headdress on her in the package wasn't the best way to go around it, because she kind of looks a bit silly. Her face looks maybe a bit uncomfortable, stuffed into this thing, okay? Like it's just like shoved into this headdress. Actually, this reminds me of one of those studio photography shots, where you see people holding a photo frame around their head to make it seem like their face has borders around it, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The way that She-Ra is positioned in the package is probably not the best representation of the character either, because it's this stance that she seems to be in, okay, where her arms are out to the sides, like she's getting ready to wrestle a bear, It's like getting ready to just wrestle a bear to the ground. Okay, come here, bear. Yeah. No doubt the figure is gonna look a lot better once you actually get her out of the package. But if you wanted one carded to put up on display, this probably isn't the best look for her. Now, I do like that we get this Princess of Power sticker on the package. I like everything about this sticker. The fonts, the pink, purple, and yellow colors. It just screams the 1980s, okay? Especially with the word power. Yeah, I can't help but think of a logo for a long-haired heavy metal band from that time. Now, this is a good nostalgic cue. I wish the set included another free removable sticker that you could use on something else in the house, okay, like maybe in front of the toy box or something like that. I want free stickers on this, plus the evil hot sticker that came with Hodak. Wouldn't that be nice? Now the sticker is also cleverly placed to cover up her knee area, because let's face it, okay, the knee sculpts and joints on the MOTU female Origins figures look horrible, okay, but more on that later. Back of the box, and there's this intense action scene of She-Ra in battle against Hodak and the Horde. No, sorry, not just the Horde, but the evil Horde. Now, She-Ra looks great in this dynamic pose. I sure wish the actual toy looked the same. But it's not just a question of the posing. You can see how the portrait here paints a different looking character, especially in the outfit. You see the brown highlights in the design at the top of our outfit here, which the toy doesn't have, okay? And this really makes the overall look stand out better. There's a lot of detail in the art. You see Hodak storming into the Whispering Woods with his Horde troopers, and he's brought along Mosquito. Hot damn. When I reviewed the Hodak figure and the packaging art, I did mention that there were some missing Horde members, Mosquito being among them. I guess they already featured him here and didn't want to overuse him as a background character. But yeah, he's also an upcoming Origins figures. I never owned the original, and I can't wait for this guy. Also, if you look closely enough, you even see one of the tiny creatures that inhabit the Whispering Woods. I believe these are the Twiggets. Yeah, look at this. Look at these guys just spying on the action. Will they help She-Ra as well? Can they? Yeah, great packaging art all around, great details, but maybe a slightly underwhelming toy. But we'll get into that. Okay, guys, we finally have her out of the package, and here's Shira. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is get this thing off her head. Yeah, there you go. Is that better? Now, as I suspected, without that jewelry box around her head, Shira looks so much better. The face sculpt is, for real, pretty good. And pretty, yeah. She does have kind of a blank expression, no way of knowing what she's thinking. But then again, can we ever truly know what's on a woman's mind? Now, I have to say the yellow in her hair is probably the textbook definition of what the color yellow is. Now, this is like yellow to the power of 1000. All right. I would have preferred a shade of maybe some light brown highlights in the mix. As it is, her hair looks somewhat unnatural. Okay, the original vintage Shira, if you remember, had real rooted hair, like a Barbie doll. That would have been a lot better, I think. So this whole thing is like one big single lump of rubbery material, kind of like they stuck a carpet on her head. Okay, full marks for the cloth cape. Now, this is amazing. Okay, cloth capes always add a touch of class. And I was actually surprised because I expected this to be made of the same hard rubbery material like what we got with Scaglow's cape. But nope, they gave us some real fabric here. And this is a great nod to the vintage figure as well. The cape is removable, of course, you know. You see where the straps are around the shoulders. One thing I don't get is why they replaced the traditional Shira white skirt with this really transparent white fabric instead. Not sure if this was a budget cut, but Shira would have looked a lot better with a proper white skirt, you know, unless they felt that, you know, that would have made it a little bit too adult for the kids to play with. Now, I'm not really crazy about the glitter that's around her belt, though. It's the same material as the headdress. Yeah. Let's get that headdress back out here again. Where is it? Right. You see how this thing just glitters? Yeah. So, you know, overall, the effect looks pretty cheap to me. It's kind of like a knockoff. What do you guys think? Now, elsewhere, there is some pretty good detailing on the arm bracelets and the boots. Yeah. I mean, it's not outstanding or anything, but you do get some detailing. And then we get down to the knees. And yes, I know it's been covered in a lot of other videos how the knee joints on all of the female masters figures look really ugly. And that's because they are. Okay. I mean, come on, guys. You know, this is pretty unsightly. Okay, it looks like loose flesh hanging over the knee area. Now, come on, guys. I mean, these are some of the most beautiful women warriors in pop culture. Okay, you know, Tila, Evelyn, Shira. They deserve better. What would have helped was to have, you know, some armor placed around the knee area to cover the joint. Okay, I mean, you need armor around the knees in combat, don't you? The enemy could just slice you there otherwise and you'd be immobilized. Okay, and what do you guys think about that? Right, now it's time to scope out the accessories. Okay, so the headdress actually has a dual function. You can flip it around and it becomes something of a helmet. Yeah, complete with glittering effects to blind the enemy before you kill them. Now, no member of the evil horde should be able to withstand the power of glitter. Shira also gets a shield, which does have some details that line up with the detailing on the arm bracelets and the boots. Check that out. And finally, you have Shira's sword, which looks like a miniature version of He-Man's sword, but made for kids instead. It's not bad. The colors all line up with the rest of her gear, and it will look good once it's in her hands. Okay then, here is She-Ra, all geared up in battle mode and ready to protect Eteria. Now the figure is definitely growing on me, but it's absolutely something that needs to be taken out of the package to be fully appreciated. Now, I'm guessing that we're going to see a deluxe version of She-Ra at some point that comes with maybe an extra head, probably with the rooted hair. And actually, you know what? There is a PowerCon exclusive of this figure that comes with the rooted hair. But I just saw the price that it's going for online, and holy shit, it's going for like 100 USD. Now, why didn't we just get that version instead the first time around? I mean, She-Ra is an important, iconic character, but I guess that's not how the collecting game works, okay? All in, this is still a recommend, especially with the cloth fabric and the generous amount of accessories that you get with the figure. So that's the video, guys. I hope you guys are going to flood the comments with what you think of She-Ra here and what you think of the video. Thanks, guys. I'll catch all of you again real soon.